Every moment you are alive is a gift, but the true power begins when you act as though you are the luckiest person in the entire world. Not when things are perfect, not when you've achieved every dream, but right now, this very instant. Because luck is not something that happens to you. It is something that flows through you the moment you decide it does. You begin to walk differently, breathe differently, and life itself rearranges to fit your new belief. The universe mirrors your assumption, and your outer world bends to match the inner certainty that you are blessed beyond measure. When you act as though you are the luckiest person alive, you no longer wait for things to change. You become the change. You stop chasing signs and start embodying them. You stop asking for miracles because you understand that you are already living inside one. Every sound, every face, every sunrise becomes a reflection of your inner abundance. You are no longer at the mercy of life. You are the rhythm that life dances to. Think of it. How would the luckiest person in the world think? Would they wake up dreading the day? Or would they rise knowing that unseen forces are already working in their favor? Would they worry about how things will happen? Or would they walk through each door knowing the path is blessed before their feet touch it? When you live from that state, life begins to unfold with an elegance that seems almost magical. People call it coincidence, but it's not coincidence, it's consequence. The consequence of living in alignment with your higher knowing. You are not pretending, you are remembering. You are recalling the truth that abundance, ease, and grace were your birthright all along. Acting as if you are lucky is not a delusion. It's an awakening. It's a declaration that you will no longer view life through the lens of lack. You are not a victim of chance. You are the source of it. The moment you feel gratitude for things unseen, they begin to take shape. The unseen responds to your conviction. The energy around you obeys the feeling you sustain within you. So act lucky. Speak as if everything you touch turns into gold. Walk as if the ground beneath you blooms with opportunity. Smile as if the universe delights in your joy. Every cell in your being begins to believe the story you tell it. And soon the people around you will see it too. They'll call it luck. But you'll know it's something deeper. It's creation, it's alignment, it's faith turned into form. Do not wait for proof to feel fortunate. Feeling fortunate is the proof. Act as though every single event, even the ones that confuse you, is secretly guiding you towards something magnificent. Because when you carry the energy of luck, life bends to accommodate it. You find yourself at the right place, at the right time, meeting the right people. Not because you forced it, but because you lived as though it were inevitable. You are not here to wish for a lucky life. You are here to embody one, to breathe it, to live in such certainty that the entire universe has no choice but to prove you right. The luckiest person in the world isn't the one who has everything. It's the one who feels as though they do. And from that feeling, everything else flows. To act as though you are the luckiest person in the world is to live from a vibration so high, so confident, that even the invisible begins to serve you. It is not arrogance. It is not denial of hardship. It is the quiet knowing that beneath every wave of circumstance lies a current working in your favor. It is the understanding that luck does not choose you randomly. You choose luck through your awareness, your belief, your assumption of being the one who life always favors. When you decide that everything always works out for you, everything does. Because you are no longer living from doubt, you are living from destiny. When you walk through life as if you are blessed beyond measure, you awaken something ancient and powerful within you. You start to feel as if the whole world conspires for your good. The people you meet begin to mirror your joy. Doors that were once closed swing open effortlessly. Opportunities that seemed impossible before start appearing as if they were waiting for you all along. That is the secret of acting lucky. It's not pretending. It's participating in a reality where your inner state commands your outer experience. There's a subtle but divine shift that happens when you start acting as though you are already the luckiest. You stop asking, when will it happen? And you begin saying, it's already mine. The tone of your voice changes. Your thoughts soften. The resistance fades. Life, which once felt like an obstacle course, starts to feel like choreography. Every step you take is met with grace, because you are moving in rhythm with belief instead of against it. The lucky ones are not those who have more chances, they are the ones who see the chance in everything. Most people live waiting for proof before they believe. They want evidence before emotion. But when you act as the luckiest, you reverse that flow. You feel first, and then the evidence comes. You celebrate before the outcome. You give thanks before the arrival. This is not foolish optimism. This is creation at its highest level. The moment you align your feelings with what you desire, you call it into being. You send out a signal so clear, so unwavering, that reality reshapes itself to match your conviction. Imagine walking through your day carrying the unshakable knowing that fortune smiles on you in every moment. Even when something unexpected happens, you smile because you trust that it's part of a greater pattern that serves your good. You lose the need to control because you realize that life already knows how to bless you. You find peace not because everything is perfect, but because you understand that even imperfection is sacred. The luckiest person doesn't fight the current, they float with it, knowing it carries them to places beyond imagination. When you act lucky, your language changes. You stop saying, I hope this works, and you start saying, this always works out for me. You stop saying, maybe one day, and begin saying, it's happening now. Words are powerful because they are carriers of assumption. Each phrase you speak sends ripples in the unseen. If your words carry the vibration of luck, luck will find you again and again. The universe listens not to what you want, but to what you expect. And expectation is the silent language of belief. Acting as the luckiest person in the world also means letting go of comparison. You no longer need to measure your blessings against another's. You stop chasing timelines that were never yours. You trust that your luck is personalized, designed uniquely for your path. Others might be running fast, but you realize you are flying at your own pace. You stop needing validation because you already live in a constant state of gratitude. Gratitude becomes your identity, and luck becomes your reflection. The moment you start feeling like the luckiest, your energy changes. People feel it when you walk into a room. They sense something magnetic, something unexplainable, because luck has an aura. It's a presence that speaks louder than words. You begin attracting situations that seem tailored just for you. Strangers help you for no reason. Delays turn into blessings. Things fall apart only to come together more perfectly. You can't explain it logically, but deep down you know. It's because you've decided that you are the luckiest person alive. Acting lucky doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means meeting every challenge with the confidence that it carries hidden fortune. You might fall, but you know the fall itself was part of the rise. You might lose something, but you understand that loss is just the universe clearing space for what's next. You might cry, but even in the tears, you can feel the whisper of destiny saying, this too is working in your favor. The luckiest people aren't untouched by storms. They just trust that rain always grows something new. To live in this state requires practice. You must teach your mind to look for blessings where it once saw burdens. You must replace complaint with appreciation. You must wake up each morning and, before your feet touch the floor, whisper, I am so lucky. Even if nothing seems special, say it anyway. Feel it anyway. Because it's the feeling that creates the fortune, not the other way around. The more you practice this inner knowing, the more the outer world reflects it. Luck is not about random chance, it's resonance. It's alignment between your belief and your experience. When your inner dialogue sings with gratitude, your outer world becomes music. When your heart vibrates with joy, joy becomes the tone of your days. The lucky life isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you cultivate by choosing your thoughts, your reactions, your interpretations. Every time you respond with trust instead of fear, you increase your luck. Every time you say thank you instead of why me, you multiply your blessings. Imagine living from that mindset every day. The alarm rings, and instead of dreading the morning, you feel excitement because you know something good is about to unfold. You open your eyes and feel thankful for the bed that holds you, the air that fills your lungs, the day that awaits you. You smile for no reason, and that smile becomes a signal that invites more reasons to smile. The cashier greets you kindly. The meeting goes smoother than expected. The thing you were worried about resolves itself without effort. Life seems to be rearranging itself in your favor, and you realize it's not coincidence. It's your consciousness. When you act as the luckiest person in the world, you become unbothered by delay. You know that what is yours cannot be missed. You stop rushing the process because you trust the divine timing behind everything. You no longer see waiting as wasted time. You see it as preparation time. Every pause is building your foundation for what's next. Every no is redirecting you to a better yes. The luckiest person sees the invisible hand guiding them, even when others see only randomness. There's a freedom that comes from living this way. You stop forcing outcomes. You stop overthinking. You stop trying to manipulate circumstances. Instead, you allow, you trust, you flow. And the more you relax, the more everything begins to align perfectly. The lucky life is a relaxed life, because luck flows where resistance ends. You become like a river that knows every bend leads to the sea. The journey may twist and turn, but you are certain of the destination. You will notice that as your sense of luck deepens, so does your compassion. You start seeing others not as competition, but as co-creators in a shared miracle. You celebrate their victories because you know their blessings do not subtract from yours. You give freely because you understand that giving and receiving are the same current. You lift others because your abundance is too vast to contain. The luckiest people are often the kindest because they live from a sense of overflow. There will be moments when doubt tries to return, when things appear not to go your way. But the difference now is that you will not be shaken. You'll smile and say, even this is part of my good fortune. You'll refuse to label experiences as bad because you know that luck hides inside uncertainty. What if the closed door is saving you from disappointment? What if the delay is positioning you for something greater? What if the rejection is simply redirection in disguise? The luckiest person always looks for the gift before judging the moment. Your outer world begins to transform once your inner dialogue changes. You'll notice small things at first: the right parking spot, the unexpected compliment, the fortunate timing. But soon, these small things multiply. You'll attract opportunities that feel tailor-made for your growth. Money flows in ways that surprise you. Relationships deepen. Creativity expands. Every event begins to affirm your belief: I am the luckiest person alive. And with each affirmation, the energy around you becomes more magnetic, more vibrant, more alive. To act as the luckiest person in the world is to live in a continuous state of gratitude. Gratitude not just for what is seen, but for what is still becoming. Gratitude for the lessons that taught you strength. Gratitude for the setbacks that carved your resilience. Gratitude for the simple miracle of being alive. The more you thank life, the more life thanks you back. Gratitude is the language of the lucky. It is the quiet prayer that opens invisible gates. As you live from this mindset, you start realizing that luck isn't something you have, it's something you are. You are the source of every fortunate encounter, every serendipitous moment, every divine alignment. Life is simply mirroring your own belief in your blessedness. You are not chasing miracles. You are creating them with every thought, every breath, every feeling. The luckiest person is not waiting for a sign. They are the sign. There's nothing you need to earn to be lucky. You don't need to deserve it, prove it, or chase it. You only need to recognize it. The moment you claim it within, it begins to appear without. You become a living magnet for grace. You walk through life as if the universe itself is in love with you. And it is. Because when you finally feel lucky, you align with the truth: you were never separate from the flow of good. You only had to remember who you are. Luck, then, becomes a way of being. It's the smile that appears before the reason. It's the calm you feel in uncertainty. It's the trust that whispers, all is well, even when nothing makes sense. It's the invisible assurance that no matter what happens, it's leading you somewhere better. That's the essence of living as though you are the luckiest person in the world. You see light where others see shadow, opportunity where others see challenge, divine order where others see chaos. You will find that this way of living doesn't just change your circumstances, it transforms your entire perception of life. You no longer need to escape the moment, because you understand that the moment itself is sacred. You stop searching for signs of luck, because you've become one. Every breath becomes proof that you are supported. Every heartbeat becomes a rhythm of abundance. You walk through the world in peace, because you've discovered that the world responds to your belief. And the more you act from that state, the more you feel like the luckiest, the more the world bends to confirm it. You won't need to force it, you won't need to prove it, and you won't need to chase it. Life will keep showing you how favored you are until you can no longer deny it. Because luck isn't waiting somewhere out there. It's waiting inside you to be remembered, embodied, and lived. To live as though you are the luckiest person in the world is to surrender to a truth that is far deeper than circumstance. It is to recognize that life is not happening to you but through you. It is to see that every breath is a doorway to abundance. Every heartbeat a reminder that something far greater is guiding your steps. The moment you decide that you are lucky, your life begins to reorganize around that assumption. What once seemed random begins to feel purposeful. What once looked like coincidence becomes choreography. You start noticing how perfectly aligned everything has been, even the moments that once felt painful or confusing. They were not mistakes. They were the threads that wove the pattern of your fortune. To act as the luckiest person in the world means to live from the end, to assume that everything you desire already exists, and to walk through life as if your every wish has already been fulfilled. This state of being is not dependent on outer proof. It is rooted in inner certainty. You no longer wait for signs that you are blessed. You decide that you are blessed, and the signs follow. Life becomes an echo of your belief, reflecting your conviction back to you in countless forms. The smallest encounters begin to feel miraculous. The ordinary becomes extraordinary because you see it through the eyes of gratitude and wonder. When you truly feel lucky, you stop carrying the vibration of need. You are no longer begging life for blessings. You are acknowledging that they already surround you. You are not pleading for love. You are radiating it. You are not chasing wealth. You are living in the energy of sufficiency. You are not seeking peace. You are embodying it. That energy shift changes everything. People sense it without you saying a word. They are drawn to you, not because of what you have, but because of what you are. You become magnetic to good fortune, and opportunities begin to find you as if they were searching for you all along. Think about the child who believes that life is magical. They wake up every morning expecting wonder, expecting good things. They do not worry about how or when things will happen. They just assume that they will. That pure, a fearless expectation is what creates miracles. As adults, we often lose that. We start to believe in limitation, in luck as something external, something others have, and we must earn. But the truth is simpler. You reclaim your luck when you reclaim your innocence, when you return to the feeling that the universe is friendly, that life is on your side, that everything, no matter how it appears, is conspiring for your good. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel sends out a frequency. When your frequency says, I am lucky, the world rearranges itself to match that song. You start meeting the right people, hearing the right words, being in the right places, and receiving the right timing. You begin to see how perfectly aligned things have always been. Even delays, even detours, even heartbreaks begin to reveal their hidden gifts. You stop labeling experiences as good or bad because you know that all of them are leading you closer to the realization of your wholeness. The luckiest person in the world doesn't wake up waiting for something to happen. They wake up knowing it already has. They look at every challenge and say, there must be treasure hidden here. They trust so deeply that even when everything looks uncertain, they remain calm. Their calmness is not ignorance, it is mastery. They have learned that chaos is just the universe rearranging itself in their favor. They have learned that uncertainty is the bridge between what was and what is becoming. And because they know this, they do not panic when things appear to fall apart. They smile because they recognize that falling apart is often the first step toward falling into place. You become lucky the moment you stop doubting that you are. You become blessed the moment you stop waiting to feel blessed. You start living in the energy of course. Of course, I find good fortune. Of course, things work out for me. Of course, I am guided and supported. Of course, life loves me. That attitude of certainty opens invisible doors. It removes resistance. It allows life to move through you with ease. The people who seem to have all the luck are not favored by chance. They are favored by belief. Imagine waking each morning and choosing to act like you are the luckiest being alive. Before your mind can rush into worry, you pause and declare, something wonderful is happening today. That simple choice shifts the entire vibration of your day. You begin noticing small blessings. A message from someone you love, a stranger's kindness, the light falling perfectly through the window. You begin to realize that luck was never about big events. It was about your awareness. When your awareness tunes itself to gratitude, even the smallest things become proof of abundance. When you live this way, the energy of struggle dissolves. You no longer chase outcomes, you attract them. You no longer demand, you receive. You no longer question your path, you trust it. This doesn't mean you sit still. It means you move with faith instead of fear. Your actions are no longer desperate attempts to control life. They are joyful expressions of belief. You take inspired steps knowing that something greater is guiding every move. You don't worry about failure because in your reality, everything contributes to success. To act as the luckiest person in the world is to be emotionally wealthy. To walk through life with the richness of gratitude, the luxury of faith, and the comfort of inner peace. It is to see abundance where others see scarcity. It is to smile at delay because you know it is divine timing. It is to bless your past because you see how it built your strength. It is to trust your future because you know it already exists in perfection. You begin to live as if every second is sacred, and because of that, every second becomes sacred. Luck is not an accident, it is an atmosphere. You create that atmosphere with your thoughts, your language, your expectations, your reactions. When you assume that life is always working out for you, it does. When you assume that every challenge contains a gift, it reveals one. When you assume that you are divinely guided, the path clears itself. You don't have to make luck happen. You have to become the kind of person to whom luck naturally happens. And that kind of person is joyful, trusting, thankful, and expectant of good. As you continue to live this way, you'll notice your perception of luck deepening. You'll begin to see beauty in the smallest details. The way the breeze feels against your skin, the laughter of strangers, the warmth of the sun. These are not trivial moments, they are proof that you are already immersed in abundance. You begin to realize that luck is not about winning something or avoiding loss. It's about realizing that you are alive inside a miracle that never stops unfolding. You'll start to attract situations that align perfectly with your highest good. The right opportunities will flow effortlessly. People who share your energy will find you. What you once chased will begin to chase you. You won't need to hustle for alignment, because alignment will be your natural state. You will radiate such confidence and calmness that others will look at you and wonder how you always manage to land on your feet. They'll call it luck, but you'll know it's awareness. To act as the luckiest person in the world is also to be deeply present. The present moment is where all your power lies, where luck is born and expressed. When you are fully here, right now, you open yourself to receive the infinite possibilities available in this instant. You stop replaying the past because you understand that every moment begins new. You stop worrying about the future because you trust that what you imagine with faith is already forming. The luckiest person lives now. They love now. They give thanks now. There is something magnetic about someone who lives this way. They have a lightness to them, a quiet confidence that life supports them. They don't compete or complain. They don't rush or resist. They move through the world as if the universe itself is their friend. And it is. Because when you expect life to love you, it does. When you expect things to go your way, they start bending that way. The outer world is just a shadow of your inner belief. And when your belief is that you are lucky, the shadow takes that shape everywhere you go. You begin to realize that there is no limit to your good fortune. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you bless others, the more blessings return. The more you appreciate, the more you attract. You live in a continuous loop of giving and receiving, an endless cycle of gratitude feeding abundance, and abundance feeding gratitude. You realize that being the luckiest person is not about having more, it's about feeling more, seeing more, recognizing more. Even when things don't appear to go as planned, you hold your energy steady. You remind yourself, this too is lucky. You look for the seed of good in everything, because you understand that life often hides its greatest gifts inside temporary discomfort. What looks like a loss may be liberation. What feels like a delay may be preparation. What seems like an ending may be the beginning of something divine. The luckiest person always trusts the unseen. This trust becomes your foundation. You no longer need to explain your faith to others. You no longer justify your peace. You simply live it. You irradiate it. Your belief in your luck becomes unshakable. Not because life is always easy, but because you've learned that even the hard moments are carrying hidden grace. You realize that the greatest luck of all is awareness itself. The awareness that you are not separate from the source of everything you desire. When you look back on your life from this perspective, you begin to see the golden thread that ran through every chapter. The moments you once cursed now reveal themselves as blessings in disguise. The people who challenged you helped you grow. The doors that closed protected you. The detours led you to destinations you could never have imagined. You see now that luck has been walking beside you all along, waiting for you to acknowledge it. And when you finally do, life responds with a flood of blessings so overwhelming that words can barely contain it. You start to feel that every breath is a promise, every sunrise a love letter, every coincidence a conversation between you and the divine. You are not hoping for good fortune. You are living as the embodiment of it. You are not chasing miracles. You are walking proof that they exist. You are not seeking to be chosen. You have already chosen yourself. You are not trying to become lucky. You are remembering that you always were. And as this realization deepens, the world becomes softer, kinder, brighter. You wake each day with gratitude in your bones and peace in your heart. You look at the simplest things, a cup of water, a bird's song, a moment of stillness, and you see infinity reflected there. You feel blessed for no reason, and that is the greatest reason of all. Because to act as the luckiest person in the world is not to wait for miracles, but to live as though they never stopped. And so, live every single day as if the universe itself chose you. Because it did. You were never waiting for luck to arrive. Luck was waiting for you to recognize it. Walk as if the path ahead is already blessed. Speak as if every word you utter carries power. And breathe as if each inhale draws in abundance. When you act as the luckiest person in the world, you send a signal to life itself. A signal that says, I am ready for everything good that belongs to me. The truth is, the moment you decide that everything works out for you, the moment you feel that you are favored, you become unstoppable. The universe bends to the strength of your belief. Doors open not because you beg for them, but because you walk toward them as if they were already unlocked. Every challenge transforms into a stepping stone. Every delay becomes divine timing. So from this moment on, stop waiting for proof. Be the proof. Wake up each morning with the certainty that today is your day, that fortune flows through you, that everything you desire is already on its way. Life is not testing you, it's responding to you. And when you choose to move through it with the confidence of the luckiest soul alive, you turn every second into a miracle. You are not just lucky, you are the source of your own luck. And once you live from that truth, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way.